Okay, now let us get into this evidence. And with this evidence, we need to use critical thinking. We need to connect the dots and understand the spiritual nature, understand what is going on in this well scripted reality, right? Because this life is like a horse and pony show, and it is well scripted. And what a lot of people don't understand is they believe that sexual deviant just happen overnight. These individuals just decide that, I'm going to drag my good name in the dirt. I'm going to disgrace my family. They don't understand that people are taken over by these dark energy. They're taken over by these spirits. It can happen to anyone, right? And when I examined the evidence, I realized this gentleman had a troubled childhood. So this spirit has been with this individual from a child, right? And this spirit is well adapted to the lifestyle of this man because it knows when to turn up and it knows when to take a back seat. Let us get into the evidence, right? Pensioner who let 72 men rape his wife led a double life as a loving granddad, right? A pensioner accused of drugging his wife dozens of times so strangers could rape her led twin lives as a caring family man and highly dangerous sexual deviant, a court has heard. Dominic Pellicott, 71, allegedly invited 72 men he met online to rape his wife Giselle in their home in the village of Mazan, southern France, over a 9-year period. Prosecutors say he would secretly lace her dinner with a high dose of anxiety-reducing drug, so she would stay unconscious after going to sleep. He is on trial with 51 of the alleged rapists, who are aged between 26 and 73 and include civil servants, paramedics, truck drivers, and prison guards. Unbelievable, right? This breaks my heart. Absolutely breaks my heart, right? No, it is says that expert compared Pellicott to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, arguing he had a two-sided personality, allowing him to act like a normal husband during the day. His own wife said she saw him as a great guy before learning of the horrors she had been subjected to. The alleged abuse was only uncovered after Pellicott was caught flimsing up the skirts of 3 women at a shopping center in 2020, according to France Info. This led detectives to a laptop in the family home, said to contain 100 videos and 300 photos of the alleged rapes. It is understood Giselle was shown photos of what happened to her after the discovery. She was diagnosed with 4 sexually transmitted disease. This man is an absolute demon, right? He's an absolute demon. And they are using his bodies because they don't have bodies. They are using this man to live out their fantasy, these entities. That's what they're doing. And this man was occupied as a child, right? But because of the society we live in, these entities are allowed to get away with a whole lot. Now, listen to the reason why he did this to his wife. Pellicott said, "My wife and I had a discussion about swinging, but she didn't agree, so I drugged her," the psychologist recounted. So because your wife didn't want to get involved in your sexual deviance, you decide that you're going to drug her against her will. No, that's a major red flag. If you're in any relationship and you have a partner who want to do something out of the norm, who want to be a part of threesomes, they want to try different things sexually that you don't agree with, that is showing you that something is wrong. And that is usually a sign for you to get out of that relationship. right? So that right there is a major red flag when it comes on to relationships and marriages, and you've got one partner that want to go one direction and the other one decide no. You've got to let him go. You've got to, because then he becomes resentful. And see what he did? He drugged her against her will and let men come on in and rape his wife. And it was only by chance that this woman found out. Only by chance. It's just the will of the Most High that step in, that showed this monster. Because quite possibly this man could have gone on to do other things, because this entity that is working in this man is very clever. Right? Very clever, very careful. He takes careful steps, this entity, careful steps, right? To avoid being caught, because he wants to dwell in this person, he wants to carry on, right? And one slip, and the authorities were there to catch him, right? You know, pay attention to your partners. And when it comes on to changes or choices in sexuality and sex, I should say, you need to pay attention. Because if one partner want to go into swinging, you don't. The other want to do threesomes, you don't. The other wants to take part in various debauchery, you don't. It's usually a sign that something is wrong spiritually. But we live in a society that don't regard spirituality as nothing, right? I'm telling you, go check this article out for yourself. Use critical thinking, connect the dots, and understand we wrestle not with flesh and blood. We were told the Bible might be contaminated, but there is some gems in it. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, right? Pay attention. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.